Hey everybody, this is Grace. In this video, I'm going to talk about a woman who, some would say she's a narcissistic woman, some would say she's closer to psychopathic, and I think the term sociopath should be brought back and used more often. The definition, at least that I was taught many years ago at university, is basically they don't care who it is, they go after. They don't have just like one target, they have many. It doesn't matter to them. Anyway, her name is Lyn, L-Y-N. And now, I'll give a little background. Now, where she works, she is an office manager, and she has been for many years. And every September where she works, they hire people to get ahead of the holiday rush. And they take off from December 15th for the holidays, and they come back the first Monday of the new year, whatever day it is, unless it's, of course, the first. But they come back that day. You know, if it's the first, they come back that Tuesday. And anyway, they close it down during that time. And so they want to get ahead, and all the things that would need to be done during that time, they get them done well enough ahead of time. Now, as the office manager, she learned many years ago that her boss, which is the owner, he gives holiday bonuses, and he has a certain dollar amount that he gives out every year, and she knows what it is each year, and it's pretty much the same. As time went by, she's been an office manager for many years, and but as time went by, he would raise it a little bit. But any person who's still there on the 15th, he gives a bonus. Well, what she learned is he has that cap, and if there are more people there on the 15th, December 15th, it's that one amount is split between all of them. So the more people, the less each person gets. You see? Okay. Now, when she first started working there many years ago, she would get just a check, an amount. But as she learned this, she learned a trick. And eventually, he started giving her trips, cruises, trips, whatever it was that she wanted, that she had hinted at without him knowing, that she knew that's what he would do. Of course, he could figure it out, because each year she does the same thing. But what she also does each year is to find the new hires, the people that were hired in September. She finds ways of letting them go before the 15th. Her cutoff date is the 14th, of course, to get them out of there. And that way, she and her cronies, the people that she, purposefully keeps on, because they'll do whatever she says, and makes her look better, because she doesn't have any trouble with her staff. It's not hers. That's how she sees it. And so she wants her yearly trip. So what she does is she finds some way, somehow, to get the new hires to quit. Okay? Some way, somehow, where they wouldn't be filing a claim, unemployment claim. But she finds a way. And even if it's some kind of harassment, she'll find a way. And she has her cronies to help her. And they know the score, okay? And they know that they also, they kind of suspect that their bonus is based on that too. So she finds a way, to get them out, and he really doesn't have any clue, as she sees it, that this is what's going on, this is what happens. And what she does is she reminds him, if it comes up each year, she'll remind him that, put that remind under quotations, quotations around that word. She reminds him that some people, they just want to work until they earn enough money so they can buy presents for the holidays, or to afford the trips for the holidays, and that's all they wanted to do in the first place. She blames them, you see, when she knows full well it's her and her cronies. Okay. Now you might wonder what it is. Why is it that he doesn't find out? Well, she's the gatekeeper, and so are her cronies. If anybody calls, like to tell him that they were harassed to quit the job, they couldn't get through to him. Okay, she doesn't give out his phone number. His phone number is actually unlisted, his home phone. And if they call the office, there's no way they're going to get through to him at all. So they don't find out because she's a gatekeeper, and so are her cronies. Now, if her cronies start to gain a conscience, and any of them, and they say this is not right, they gain a conscience, she'll fire them. She'll find some reason to fire them, and that's, to her, is a way of warning all the other ones, without saying it, of what could happen. And they may be really good friends. She doesn't care. It is about her, to her, And with them, she'll play the victim. She'll play the victim anytime anybody says anything negative. She plays the victim to it all. She, like, even her family, she'll cry and say, I really hate having to let somebody go. I can't. I'm not a good actress. But to let somebody, she'll tell them that to let somebody go was so hard on her. Okay? Not thinking of how hard it was on them that she let them go. So she could get what she wanted. No, she doesn't think about them. She tells them, like her family, her friends, whomever, even other cronies, that it was just so difficult for her, so they feel sorry for her. Not everybody buys that. Not everybody believes it. Some people know her for what she is. Okay, and she'll also say, that makes it so much, she cries and says it makes so much difficult for her in the new year when she comes back, because she'll have to hire new people, train new people. Now, her boss, the owner, he doesn't allow her to do the interviews. He does. He decides who gets hired. He feels himself as a really good judge of character, and he is. Now, you might ask, why, if he was such a good judge of character, why did he hire her? Well, he did it on purpose. He knew her for what she is. He really is a good judge of character. And he knew, and that's what he also knew, was she was one that he could mold into what he wanted for an office manager. How he wanted her to behave with what he allows her to know and to do. Okay, and she does exactly what he says. And he really overall doesn't think that he will have a problem with her. You're going to be really close to me. What are you doing? Okay, real life always happens in the middle of the video. But anyway, where was it? It was just a truck that they could get by me. I don't know why they were doing that. Just to get control. They didn't win. Anyway, so I was talking about her boss, okay? She thinks he's clueless to what he's, she thinks he's clueless all around. In a way he is, but in a way he's not. He is one to also suspect that they're just people who are working to make some money for the holidays. Now, he's the one who interviews them, and so he has a good idea, and some of them, but he also is one that gives them their references. And now he knows if she were the one to give, references for a job, if they want one, that they wouldn't get it. So he is and he isn't. But like I said, he doesn't allow her to do the hiring. Anyway, now I was mentioning that she plays the victim and all that, and how hard it is for her to be, have new employees, not train, to train them, not to hire them, but to train them and go through all that. And, like I said, plays the victim. It's always so difficult on her. And she really thinks many people, that anybody that she says this to, believes her, like I said. So then eventually, this happens again, and this time he got wind of it, of what she's really up to, somehow, some way. And what he decided to do was he was going to hire his friend, Peggy, P-E-G-G-Y, Peggy, and get her to find out really what's going on, because she, some of the things that were alleged, he was thinking, no, this could be really bad for his business. And now, Lynn, as she kept getting away with more and more, she got sloppy and she got greedy with it. So, okay. So overall, she actually also gets a little bit of a thrill because of the power she feels when she does this, when she, to her, in a way, it's the power she has over herself to, enrich her life. And nobody can stop her. This kind of thing. She really doesn't care at all about these other people and their families. Think if the people had young children and whatever, to fire them right before the holidays. Everything that they had worked, that they were working toward or whatever, just halts. Here it is right before the holidays. She does not care. It is not about them. It is, to her, it is about her and the people that back her up. Okay, her cronies. Okay. But really, overall, they're just needed to enrich her life. And she has no problems, no qualms at all about that kind of attitude. Now, like I said, she was getting sloppy with it and too greedy. And the owner boss, her boss, he heard, got wind of things. And so he decided to hire his friend Peggy. But he doesn't let Lynn know that she is his friend. He hires her to basically find out what's going on. And so he doesn't let her know that Peggy is her friend. Is his friend. Okay, not her friend. Peggy is his friend. So, what do you think will come from that? Anyway, stay tuned. Find out. Subscribe to this YouTube channel if you're not on YouTube already and you haven't subscribed already, and we'll see what happens.